up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings. Effective immediately, no federal agency may support, fund, or undertake such activity. Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds. That is why I am urging the entire scientific and medical community, every foundation, every university, every industry that supports work in this area, to heed the federal government's example. I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications of the latest advances. As we gain a fuller understanding of this technology, we must proceed not just with caution, but also with a conscience, by insisting that not a single taxpayer dollar supports human cloning, and by urging a moratorium on all private research in this area. We can ensure that as we move forward on this issue, we weigh the concerns of faith and family and philosophy and values, not merely of science alone. Thank you very much.
Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds.
In the eerie blue light of his secret lab, one of the world's most controversial scientists shows off his creation, cloned human embryos that are genetic carbon copies of their father.
Oh, my babies are doing well. They look beautiful.
Filmed for a TV documentary, Dr. Panagiotis Zavos implants 11 of the embryos in 4 women, one of them British, in the hope of producing the first cloned human being. The procedure is a criminal offence in the UK, but not in this undisclosed Middle Eastern country.
I think we have 3 very good embryos that could be in utero today, and that if implantation is successful as well, and the pregnancy is maintained, as we say in the US, we have a home run.
Dr. Zavos also reveals he's produced cloned embryos from 3 dead people, including Katie, who died in a car crash. He injected her DNA into a cow egg, though he hasn't implanted the animal-human hybrid. British scientists have condemned his work as reckless. Cloning of animals such as Dolly has shown the technique carries risks of severe congenital abnormalities.
I find it A, incredible, and B, disgusting, because he's sowing false hope to begin with. So the individuals who are involved in this experiment, and that's what it is, an experiment, may well not realise that the outcome is almost certainly going to be negative. And to put couples through that, in my opinion, is unethical.
Dr. Zavos adapted a standard cloning technique for his human patients. He first took an egg from the mother and stripped out the nucleus containing 99.9% of her DNA. He then took a skin cell from the father and extracted the genetic material. That was injected into the empty egg and given a jolt of electricity to form a cloned embryo. Within a matter of days, the embryo would have grown into a ball of 32 cells, which Dr. Zavos implanted into the mother's womb. So far, none of the attempts has led to a viable pregnancy, but this infertile Canadian doctor, who wants to remain anonymous, says the technique is his only hope of having a child.
Pretty much decided that probably I would be the first one to be cloned, but then, you know, if it worked, then we might go on to have another child.
Despite almost universal condemnation, Dr. Zavos has vowed to continue his work. He says more than 100 patients have contacted him in the hope of having a cloned baby. Thomas Moore, Sky News.
This little dog is getting more than his 15 minutes of fame. Juice is a celebrity in China, where he starred in a number of Chinese films and TV productions. Now his owner and trainer has cloned Juice so that his career doesn't burn out.
Juice has acted in a lot of films and television shows. He has a lot of fans. So he's a piece of intellectual property with social influence. We want to keep his appearance for the future.
Hejin took the dog to Sinogene, China's first biotech company to offer pet cloning services. Scientists isolated Juice's DNA and put it into a fertilized egg, which was carried by a canine surrogate. And so Little Juice, or Gigi in Chinese, came into the world. The puppy stayed with its surrogate mother for about a month before being given to its new owner. Hejin has big dreams for the little dog.
We believe he'll perform even better than Juice.
The Chinese biotech industry is still in its early stages, but is growing rapidly. It's a sector with few regulations and no laws against animal cloning.
First off, the future market for cloning in China is very big, mainly because we've discovered that more and more pet owners want to be with their pets for an even longer period of time. Gene editing technology will take off very quickly for us in the future, but at the moment it's not developing that rapidly.
The process raises ethical questions, for instance over the suffering of surrogate dogs forced into artificial pregnancies. Critics also warn of the danger of encouraging an industry of dog farming.
Kevin Hart's terrifying car crash back in September of 2019, TMZ reports that no one in the car that night has filed a lawsuit or been sued. On September 1st, Hart was a passenger in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda when the driver of the car, Hart's friend and producer Jared Black, lost control and crashed through some wooden fencing. It was just before 1 a.m. in Malibu, California. The blue Barracuda crashed about 10 feet off the road and into a ditch, leaving both men with major back injuries and landing Hart in the operating room for spinal surgery. He recently opened up about the aftermath of that crash in an interview with Men's Health, explaining that his recovery process has led him to do better and prioritize his family even more, which his wife, Aniko Parrish, is happy about. She tells Men's Health, quote, "There were times where he was here, but not really here. Not to say he wasn't a family man before, but he's expressed that the accident made him make up for some of the time missed because of work." Meanwhile, Hart went on to add, "I'm not trying to get back to where I was before. I want to do better than before. It's a resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself died in that moment, and this new version was born to understand and to do better. I'm glad this is coming now. I'm getting older. I'm 40. You know, this is when I'm supposed to start realizing this bleep." That was his quote. Hart says that the hardest part is slowing down and being patient. He tells the outlet, "I'm telling Dr. Pat and boss that I want to do 2-a-days at the gym." And they're like, "Sit your stupid bleep down and be patient. You got to heal." And he says, "I get that now. I understand."
Avril Lavigne finally responds to death conspiracies. For those who don't know, there's been a theory that the current Avril, the current one you're seeing, is allegedly a clone named Melissa.
In today's crazy news of the day. Okay, so the singer was asked by a radio show in Australia what she thought about the rumors of her clone. She responded, "Yeah, some people think that I'm not the real me, which is so weird. Like, why would they even think that?" Which is my question exactly.
Right.
Why would they even think that? So the theory started in 2005, right, Jace?
Which is
why?
Which is so weird that, so they said that Avril, here's the theory, this is all an alleged theory. These are not factual, this is all alleged, that Avril was so successful. Her first album, Let Go, came out 2005, Skater Boy, I'm With You. So we know that she was this huge pop star, but she couldn't handle being famous. So the record label decided to remove Avril and have this new girl step in 2005. But
that's what fans thought.
That's what fans thought, right. But Avril also had an album in 2004. So it's just really weird. An Avril of all people.
It's bizarre. Exactly. It's so bizarre to me. And I know a lot of people think that this is like a whole new person because of the fashion. You know, she used to dress grungy and now she's all in like these beautiful dresses. But you guys, that's just evolution of one's fashion style. And that's doesn't mean you died and you have a clone.
No, and then also in Avril's defense, you guys watching at home, she shares her birthday with me September 27th. So she is a Libra, so she knows a thing or two about fashion. And we came to know her so young. So to see her be this glam queen that she's now is like, wait, whoa.
What you guys are seeing right there is a side-by-side of her from years ago. And on the right is, you know, Avril currently. It's not a new person.
No.
Look at the facial features. It looks exactly like her.
But to lean on the theory, though, Cassie, people say that there was lyrics in some of her songs. She had a song called Slipped Away that there was lyrics referring to her leaving and removing something. So they go down this rabbit hole of, ooh, she's singing about it. It's in the lyrics. It's in the music. But I don't know. I actually like conspiracy theories. I think it's really fun to get the clues because sometimes, and you guys have to tweet me, they make sense.
This one does not make sense.
They make sense.
I'm over it.
They make sense.
They